remote African village, young Amali's bright future is shattered by an unexpected tragedy. As her dreams crumble, her father, Baba Zuma, is consumed by rage and sorrow. When his grief turns into a dangerous obsession, he faces a heart-wrenching decision that will change their lives forever. Discover the powerful tale of love, loss, and redemption that echoes through the ages. In the remote reaches of a forgotten village, nestled deep within the heart of Africa, life moved to the rhythm of tradition and the unspoken rules that govern society. It was in this village that a young girl named Amale lived, a girl whose beauty and grace were unmatched, making her the pride of her family. Her father, Baba Zuma, held dreams as vast as the open sky for his beloved daughter. He envisioned Amale leaving the village behind, moving to the bustling city and becoming a doctor, a dream that fueled his every action. Baba Zuma was a man of few words, but his love for Amale was evident in all he did. He provided for her every need, often sacrificing his own comfort to ensure her happiness. Her mother, Mama Thandi, was more grounded, a pillar of strength in the household. She constantly reminded Amale of her responsibilities as a daughter and as a future wife. With a firm yet loving hand, Mama Thandi guided Amale through the delicate intricacies of womanhood. Amale, though still young, was wise beyond her years. She excelled in her studies, embracing her father's dreams as her own. But as with the unpredictable winds of the savannah, life's course can shift in an instant, bringing unforeseen challenges. Amale had a close friend, a boy named Kato, who attended the same school. Their friendship was innocent, yet it did not escape Mama Thandi's watchful eye. She warned Amale of the dangers of becoming too close to a boy, cautioning her about the fragile boundaries of youthful relationships. As the months passed, life unfolded with its usual pace until one day the inevitable happened. Kato received an acceptance letter to study abroad. The news was bittersweet for Amale. She was overjoyed for her friend, yet a deep sense of loss settled in her heart. As Kato prepared to leave, the two friends shared a moment that would forever alter the course of their lives. What began as a simple farewell hug quickly spiraled into something neither of them had anticipated. Alone in Kato's home, their emotions took control, leading them down a path they were neither prepared for nor capable of understanding. With Kato's departure, Amale was left behind, burdened by the consequences of their brief encounter. She soon found herself grappling with an inner turmoil she could not comprehend. The once lively and vibrant Amale began to fade. Her appetite diminished, and her spirit dulled. Mama Thandi, ever observant, noticed the changes in her daughter and feared the worst. Her suspicions were confirmed when a visit to the local healer revealed that Amale was pregnant. The news hit Baba Zuma like a bolt of lightning, shattering the dreams he had carefully built for his daughter. The pride and hopes he had nurtured seemed to dissolve in an instant, replaced by a storm of anger and betrayal. Unable to contain his rage, he dragged Amale to Kato's family, demanding they take responsibility for the child she carried. But Kato's mother, already harbouring bitterness and resentment, coldly refused to acknowledge Amale, casting her out into the darkness of the night. Baba Zuma's heart hardened, and he rejected his daughter, leaving Amale to fend for herself. That night, she slept outside, her heart heavy with regret and fear. Mama Thandi, torn between her love for her daughter and her loyalty to her husband, eventually relented and brought Amale back into the house. She pleaded with Baba Zuma to forgive their daughter, reminding him that mistakes do not define a person, but rather their ability to rise above them. Though still wounded, Baba Zuma agreed to defer Amali's university admission for a year, hoping that after giving birth, she could resume her studies and redeem herself. However, fate had other plans. When the time came for Amal to give birth, complications arose. The risks of teenage pregnancy claimed her life, leaving behind a baby girl and a father whose heart was now completely broken. The child, named Naledi by Mama Thandi, became a living reminder of the daughter they had lost. Baba Zuma, consumed by grief, turned his sorrow into resentment, refusing to have anything to do with the child. The once loving and devoted father became a shadow of his former self, seeking solace in alcohol to numb the pain that gnawed at his soul. Mama Thandi, though devastated by the loss of her daughter, took it upon herself to raise Naledi, pouring all the love she had for Amale into the innocent child. Years passed, but Baba Zuma's bitterness only grew. He blamed Naledi for Amale's death and treated her with cold indifference. Despite Mama Thandi's best efforts to protect Naledi from her grandfather's wrath, the young girl could not escape the pain of being rejected by the one person whose love she longed for the most. Then, one fateful night, Baba Zuma returned home, intoxicated and filled with a burning rage. In a moment of darkness, he stumbled into Naledi's room, his mind clouded by thoughts of vengeance. The innocent child lay peacefully asleep, unaware of the danger that loomed over her. But as Baba Zuma approached her bed, something deep within him began to shift. The sight of Naledi's small, fragile form stirred memories of Amale, flooding his mind with the realization that he was about to repeat the very cycle of pain that had destroyed him. Baba Zuma collapsed to the floor, overcome with the weight of his actions. It was only then that he understood the true cost of his bitterness. He had allowed his anger to consume him, robbing him of the chance to honor Amal's memory by loving the child she had left behind. Naledi, awakened by the sound of her grandfather's sobs, saw his tears for the first time. In that moment, the walls of hatred that had stood between them for so long began to crumble. For Baba Zuma, redemption came at a great cost. The years of resentment had taken their toll, and not long after, he passed away, leaving Naledi in the care of Mama Thandi. Determined to keep Amale's memory alive, Mama Thandi vowed to raise Naledi with all the love and strength she could muster. And so, the tale of Amale and her untimely fate became a cautionary story in the village, a poignant reminder of life's fragile nature and the power of forgiveness in the face of unimaginable loss. Thank you for joining Jum's journey and experiencing the power of acceptance and resilience with us. If you found her story inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more captivating tales ahead. Until next time, farewell.